So originally I was going to drop another investing for beginners video this weekend, but I wanted to do something a little bit different and do a video, a Speakdom, about people who are alone on Valentine's Day, which may be you. And I wanted to kind of give you some words that might make you feel better if you are feeling lonely. Because today's a day that a lot of people who are, not today, this weekend, I'm sorry. This weekend is one where when people don't have boyfriend, girlfriends, or whatever, they're single, they tend to feel alone a lot of times. A lot of it's because they see other people who do have significant others and they're having a good time, posting pictures on social media, posting pictures on Facebook, posting pictures of gifts they got. Oh, look what so and so got me, etc., etc. Being real happy and showing the world how happy they are. And that's what people do all the time on the internet. And they often hide when things aren't going so well. People do that as well. But, I can understand it being hard. And trust me, I know a lot about loneliness and all that kind of stuff. I look back on Valentine's Day at people who I used to date, people who I've been with years ago sometimes. And, it makes me feel like, damn, this was a pretty cool, we had some cool memories, you know what I mean? And many of you are probably doing that. Like, man, last year we were here, or the year before we were there, and we were doing this. And, it's an understandable feeling to have, and you have there's no shame in that, believe it or not. I've seen a lot of times people try to give advice, and the advice that they give is counterproductive. For example, when someone's lonely on Valentine's Day, oftentimes you'll have a friend say, it's just a phony holiday anyways, what do you care? Or, oh, it's just a holiday that's invented by Hallmark to sell cards. That's all true. But it's not the right moment to tell them that. It's not the right day to tell them that. They might actually be feeling down. They might actually be feeling alone. And they might be reaching out to you for comfort and telling them that it's a phony day. I mean, yeah, it is a phony day. It's obvious, but it doesn't matter because people use this day to spend time with their significant others and to be romantic. And really, in my opinion, you should be romantic 12 months out of the year, or at least try to be whenever possible. That's always been my opinion. You shouldn't just wait till Valentine's Day. But, girls eat this stuff up. Some girls do. So, especially if it's a girl who's feeling alone on Valentine's Day. So, the thing you have to remember, first of all, is that you're not alone. Even though you are alone, you're not alone in the sense of tons of people out there don't have anybody. So if that's the case, if that's how you feel, don't understand you're not the only one out there who's alone. And understand also that just because you are single does not mean that the reasons why you are single is because of the way you look or the way you dress or, I'm unlovable. That's not necessarily true either. You know what I mean? That might not be the case. It's just that right now on this day, you don't have anybody. Or maybe next year you will have somebody. Or the year after, And really, I don't like when people say, well, if you need to have someone, you're codependent. Not necessarily. There are some cases where, yes, you should never need someone else. You should always be content with being alone. But there are other factors such as attachment styles. There's other factors such as trauma that can lead to somebody feeling extra worse when they're lonely. Trust me, I learned this myself last year. And it makes you react a certain way. It makes you behave a certain way. And you have to kind of, at some point try to fix that. But not everybody's like that, It's just a group of people. But a lot of folks are like that because of the way the world's kind of become. So you have to always understand this when you see, if you're watching this and you have a friend who might be feeling lonely today, don't come down on them or make fun of them. Let them know, hey, it might not be the same thing next year. It might not. It might not, you might find somebody. You never know. Things happen funny in life sometimes. You just never know what could happen, And you have to also remember, too, that people are very fake. So if you're seeing oh my God, look at the flowers he got me, from people on social media, they might be fighting like cats and dogs 23 months out of the year. Wait, no, 11 months, 23 hours a day. The year does not have 23 months, 24 months. But you get what I'm saying. Like, people are very fake. You know, I've known couples who have literally physically, not even verbally, physically assaulted each other and had trauma and fights, physical fights with each other. But on Twitter and on Facebook or whatever, they're always talking about how much they love each other. And maybe they do love each other, but we got some real problems here. You know, so understand that as well, and understand that, remember, tomorrow's another day. Just because today might feel like you're alone or whatever, tomorrow is another day. The one thing you don't want to do and waste time on is to beat yourself up today. People do it so much. I see it so many times. I'm unlovable, or what's wrong with me? Why can't it be me? No, don't do that. You want to put the focus on yourself as far as what your positive aspects are and what you can bring to the world. That's what you want to focus on more than anything else. You don't want to sit there and nitpick things about yourself. It's one thing to do some self-reflection and to say, okay, this is wrong, I want to fix it. Maybe I'm not a hard enough worker, or maybe I have a bad fuse or a bad temper. These are things you can definitely work to fix. But don't sit there today and just make it seem like you're this terrible person, because nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect, number one. And number two, whatever is wrong, you can always work to fix it, but don't just beat yourself up over it. Actually take steps to work to fix it. But when you're feeling down about yourself, it's not a good idea to really do that. It's really a good idea to look at what you like about yourself and to remember that you are lovable, you are an amazing person, and you deserve to be loved. And at some point in life, a door may open for you where you will have the opportunity to be loved by somebody, and vice versa. And if you've already been down that road and you've already had that door open, more doors will open. And as you get older and become a better person and become a smarter person, become a more confident person, more and more doors open. That's literally how it works. Things become easier the older you get. Some things become harder. Physical stuff becomes harder when you start getting old. But mental stuff becomes easier. So just remember that. Anyways, I hope that this video helped you in a way. I really do. If you're feeling alone on Valentine's Day, just chin up and remember that you are a special person and that you have something to contribute to the world, and that at some point you are capable of being loved, and you will be loved. Just keep your eyes open and don't let it slip away. Anyways, thank you. Have a great day and a great weekend, and I'll talk to y'all in a couple days when I drop my Investing for Beginners next episode. Talk to you then.